the joint inside is yellow. Can you believe that? The toy, if I try to use the joints like it's supposed to have, it might break it. Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! I'm Chewy Mew and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video where today we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or as the politically correct term nowadays is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But, so I did cut it open, and I took the figure out, and I thought I pressed record for a video, but I actually just took a picture. Yeah, so here's Tobey, and so I got this at Walmart. I put a poll on YouTube, and you guys voted that I should buy him. But the thing is, but if you guys would have voted no, I probably would have just, like, returned it. Which I might return it anyway, because spoilers, I don't like this. Oh, the knee joints are kind of stiff. Let's move the camera forward. And the cool thing is, he's always perfect height, so I can, like, zoom in on his face there. And look at that, perfect. I don't even have to hold him, no hands. But yeah, there's the face, and he definitely looks like Tobey. That, to me, looks perfect Tobey. But, like, there looks pretty good, but like dead on, it looks not quite like perfect, like 100%. Like here, like you see what I mean? Like that on the side, that looks exactly like Tobey Maguire. But the face straight on, the face straight on doesn't look as accurate. He's got blue eyes, and I'm not a fan of like that weird like dot speckling they use on like everywhere. Like on the face, it looks like he's like a bit 5 o'clock shadow, but on the below the eyes, it looks kind of weird. I don't know. But overall, I think the face sculpt is really good. And the hair looks good too. They didn't put like a wash or anything in the hair, so it just looks like a big chunk of plastic. But yeah, as far as that goes, you know, like a lot of other reviewers point out that, oh, it's inaccurate, like the colors aren't correct, and like all those things. And I mean, yeah, that's right, but so many people talk about that I'm not going to go fully into it. But I will show the SH Figure Arts version, which the colors on this guy are more accurate. I will say the color... This guy is a little too dark and this guy's a little too bright. I feel like the colors should be like a bit more in between. Like this is the right hue of blue. It's like, if we zoom in, you can see on the red parts, he has like a sort of honeycomb pattern, like a hexagon pattern there. And then on the blue, he has like the weird like brick looking pattern. And on the SH Figure Arts, which spoilers is more accurate, the blue part has the brick pattern and the red part has the brick pattern and the blue has the brick pattern. Like you can see there and there. So, and that's how it looks like. The only time he has hexagon patterns is in the black suit in Spider-Man 3. Like, only in the PS4 video game are the web lines silver. Definitely has muscle definition on that one. This guy just has, like, look at his stomach, just, like, flat. Like, he looks like he has lumps. And on the legs, there's, like, no muscle definition. On the arms, like, the SH Figure Arts doesn't really have it either. SH Figure Arts is not the best example, but you can see he has, like, pectorals. On this one, he doesn't. And I don't know why they didn't sculpt, like, muscles on this guy. It just looks like a tube person. Looks like an inflatable alien more than, like... I'm not talking about, like, proportions and stuff for articulation. I mean, like, as far as, like, the muscles on it. Like, that's the only semblance of muscles there. Compared to, like, this one, where you can see he's got muscle definition. You can see a six-pack. Can't really see his ribs too much. He's got, like, bicep bulging... or triceps and biceps bulging out. He's got back muscles. You can see the indents and stuff. He's got, like, an actual, like, a butt. Whereas this one just looks like his, like, butt is, like, sagging down. It just looks like a tube guy. It looks like a stick figure, like a thick stick figure. Instead of, like, a human being that's, like, has some muscle definition to him. Like, you can see the neck has, like, a gap there. I know if you move the neck back, which I know you're not supposed to use the action figure joints. You're not supposed to pose it. You're supposed to just have them like this. But if you want to use the articulation like a madman, it has a gap right there in the neck, which that's a missed opportunity because this is like a separate sculpted piece. And I've seen customizers do it with like Andrew, where you could just like remove the head, put a ball here like in the neck, put a ball inside of the neck and like at the base of the neck here, and then you'd have like a ball movement like his head. Like imagine if you could move Marvel Legends Tobey like this, like all that range there. And also, I did break the neck off on mine, trying to do some dumb stuff. But yeah, so as far as the mask, the web lines are not painted at all on the front of his face. Like, come on, Hasbro, you can't even put paint on a $24 figure? It looks like a Happy Meal toy without paint. And like, he has paint on the back, the web lines painted on, but like some parts, like especially on the face that you're going to see the most, there's no paint. So the head looks up, not really at all. He looks down, like that's neutral, that's down. And then he can tilt side to side a little bit and he rotates. And the reason the head has like no range is because like the ball, the way they did the ball here. See, the ball is like all the way down in the bottom of the neck there. And then so this plastic part at the top, when you move it, you see it hits the side. Like if the ball's all the way at the top, the ball can rotate like all the way like 90 degrees left and right and up, forward and back or whatever. And this one, you see he has like no movement. Like there's like no movement. He should be able to make his head go like all the way like that to the side and like all the way up like with the joint. So it should be like as good, if not better than this. Like he should be able to like do this and then like to the side he should be able to go like just like that. I mean, Tobey's used a hinge and 2 rotations, but the ball joint is supposed to be able to do that, but it can't. As far as these shoulders, they go all the way around. They go up pretty high, so that's nice. You have bicep swivel here, which is kind of stiff, but it's okay. This one, it feels like it's going to break, and you can kind of see it's like tearing in there. Like you can see it's tearing. So if I move this arm, if I use the articulation, it might break. Can you believe that? The toy, if I try to use the joints like it's supposed to have, it might break it. You get a single bend in the elbow there, or double bend, which is pretty good. You get rotation in the wrist, and you get a hinge in the wrist. Oh, I skipped the butterfly joints. So the butterfly joints, you can see like that is neutral. That's how the arms are by default. That is forward with the butterfly joint. No, keep that straight. That's neutral. That's forward with the butterfly joint. That's back. Like, they were to cut enough plastic. Hang on. I'm getting Urban Legends Spider-Man. If they were to cut enough plastic off the butterfly joints, like this guy has a lot of plastic cut. He has big shoulders too, but the butterfly joints go that far back, and they go this far forward. So, combining his butterfly joints, you can cross his arms. You can cross his arms like that. But Hasbro doesn't know how to make articulation still, which Toy Biz didn't. Sometimes they didn't know how to do it either. Like, if you want to put his arms so he can, like, hold a web, he can't. Like, that's as good as his arms can get, and this one's going to break because it's made out of chewing gum. That arm is totally going to break. As far as the diaphragm, which they could have done better, like the neck, he can only go that far to the side, that far to the side. He goes back, without using the ab crunch, he goes back that far, and there's like a gap. And there's like a gap there, but that's as far forward as he can go. When he should, if they design it correctly, he should be able to like move around all like this, like way farther back, farther forward, side to side. Like this guy's like way better movement. I don't know why it's like that. The joint inside is yellow. I don't know why they made it yellow. That's really weird. I mean, it's not a complaint. That's just funny. I think they might have done it to be like, oh, no one's gonna see the joint. No one's supposed to be able to see it, so we're just gonna do that. As far as the ab crunch, he goes all the way back, and his spine comes out of his body, and he goes all the way back, and again, his spine, like his body, looks weird. But yeah, like when you bend him forward, he can't rotate this way. Like this guy has the same problem, but at least the top can move a little bit. Compared to like this guy where you crunch him forward and then he can rotate like this. Like imagine like if you're trying to get out of bed and you can only move your top joint, like you're trying to get out of bed, you're gonna like do this. You need to like move from your waist so you can get your legs over. Like if you're like this and you want to move your legs over, that's like if you can only move from like your chest, and then like you can't move your waist, so you wouldn't be able to get out of bed. Like this guy, with the way his articulation is, he can't get out of bed. So you only get like this, and then you can't turn his body to the side, which messes it up. You could rotate him like this, which, I mean, that's useful, but it'd be even more useful if he had the same joint like this on the top and the bottom. The legs kick forward that far. They go back barely. I mean, this guy, he has the weird butt cheeks, but he can go all the way forward and all the way back, full splits. And it has drop-down hips, which when you drop them down, they kick out that far. Without drop-down hips, they go out that far, which drop-down hips don't help this way. They're supposed to help going forward. Going forward with the drop-down, he kicks forward that far. Without it, he goes forward. I'm trying not to use it that far. So you do get way better range with the drop-down hips, but if they just designed it correctly, you wouldn't need them. Like, if they just had, like, the joint, like, lower like that, you wouldn't need the drop-down hip if they just put it in the right spot. If his legs were like that, he could kick up that high, and you wouldn't even need this joint. And then they sometimes get loose, so it might not even be that good. Rotation here in the thigh, just single bend in the elbow, or double bend in the elbow, or whatever. This joint, it works really good. Look at that, all the way. I don't get a boot swivel, which, I don't know if this is a separate piece. They could have just made that a separate piece, which I think it might be. If they did, they just put like a rotation so you can rotate it. Or better, do what SH Figure Arts did and have rotation here at the ankles. So it has like all the joints you need. But this one, the ankles go all the way back. They go forward all the way. And then the ankle pivot is at a weird angle that if you use it, his foot is like super weird. So if you want to use the ankle pivot, he's going to be leaning forward. Like, he's gonna go forward like that. Which he stands, but his feet don't go like straight out to the side like this, so you can have him have like a super wide stance with the ankle pivot. But either way, that's all for this video. Let me think about this figure. Let me know that you despise me because I'm saying a toy that's not very good is actually not very good. And I'll see you guys in the next review.